How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal, and today we'll be going over a new Flipper Zero board that actually has recently come out by the Monster C5 team. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Monster C5 is an ESP32-C5 that you can put a GPS in. It's got a built-in SD card, and you can stick it to the M5 Stack Tab 5 and the M5 Stack Cardputer ADV, and soon to be more M5 Stack products. It's an amazing device and it's an amazing add-on, so it's only fitting that they made a Flipper Zero board known as the Lab5 ESP32-C5 Marauder board. It's an ESP32-C5 board with an external antenna, and you can add an external antenna for a GPS. That's not what I did. I like the ceramic antenna on the inside. Works phenomenally. But on top of all that, they have a custom FAP, so their own application that runs it's Marauder. It's essentially Marauder, but basically, to simplify things, it's called the Lab5 Laboratorium Dev Firmware, and essentially it's the M5 Stack Tab 5 firmware for the Flipper Zero. You get what I'm saying? It's the same firmware, same features, same everything, and I absolutely love it because, look, this is what it comes down to. The Flipper Zero is an amazing tool, and I love using Just Call Me Coco's Marauder on the Flipper Zero. I like using Ghost ESP as well because it is the UI is just a tiny bit easier. It doesn't look like you're running, a CLI, and basically this takes this to a much easier, user-friendly level. The FAP is amazing, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can maneuver around it because it's all self-explanatory. Now, fair warning, it is in beta. It's called Project Zero. It's available on GitHub. I will show you guys all of that and how you can kind of just, get everything going. This board in particular is available on Tindy. It does come from Poland. The shipping tariff situation has gotten, thankfully, a little easier. It was insane before, the Supreme Court ruled all that jazz, thank God, and things happened, and out of spite, we still have a import whatever. It's getting better. It just still kind of is weird, to say the least. But this board is arguably one of my favorite boards for the Flipper Zero, and I'm going to show you the hardware, show you the FAP, and show you how I just think this is one of the greatest boards for war driving. Before we continue, this video is for educational purposes only. Remember to only test your own hardware. Do not test networks or devices that you do not have explicit permission to test on. Don't be a skid, follow the laws of your region, and, just be a decent person. So this is the board itself. It comes in this really nice 3D printed case. We've got an external antenna. They do have a model where you can add an external helix antenna for the GPS, and just the quality of it, I believe it's made out of glass fiber ABS, and it's very, very durable. I like how they got the antenna area sticking out right there. We've got our SD card slot on the side, and this pin protector here at the bottom that just snits so snug, man. Like, I'm looking straight into the camera and not, I think I just bent the pin on accident. Yeah, I just definitely bent the pin on accident. Let me show you the inside, because the inside is actually where all the magic happens, and I think that this is a very well-developed board. So we're gonna crack it open, and you can see that the GPS that they're using is one of my favorites, the ATGM 336H, which does a phenomenal job while war driving. On the top, we have our ESP32-C5 Room 1U, which is the C5 with the IPEX connector. We got a boot and reset button. Headers for you to attach pins if you wanted to on the top, which I personally have not checked if they would actually work, to add female headers. But they are there on the top, and I think that's some, thorough thinking for the future. SD card slot here on the side, and a color-changing NeoPixel. The ceramic antenna right here fits right over here inside the case, so it stays in place. It's got as long as you got a clear line of sight, you're good to go. Also, fair warning, when you are dealing with an ATGM, if you have the IPEX connector, that little socket right there, and the little RTC battery right there touching, it will not power on. So make sure, and this is for any one of these devices that you're using an ATGM with. If these two touch, it will cause a short, and it will not power on. Now the antenna mount is SMA, so you can, stick with these elbow antennas. I think that they do the job just fine, but you can upgrade your antennas on any device with a Bolton Dart. I'll be doing a full video on the Bolton Dart because the Bolton Dart is that good. All of their antennas are amazing, but they're RPSMA for Wi-Fi. Traditional Wi-Fi antennas are typically RPSMA, and you can check, like on your computer, for example, it's typically RPSMA or SMA. It's so confusing. I think I might have gotten backwards, but you can switch the SMA connector for RPSMA and use a Bolton Dart if you so wish, and the same thing goes for like their GPSs are actually SMA. Yeah, I'll explain it later, but this is a great option for any project, let alone just an awesome Flipper Zero board. So here we're at the Project Zero GitHub page by C5 Lab, or Lab5 rather, and this is Project Zero. It is fantastic. They've got a web flasher for everything. You can download the code if we want, check out the releases. We can just hit star, but what I really like about all this is we can hit web flasher. They also, if you look right there, they've got their Tindy store available, so you can, snag one if you wanted to, as well as their wiki. But we're gonna click web flasher, and right there it says Flipper FAP Uploader. We're gonna open the FAP Uploader, click our Momentum Dev, which is the one that we want, and we're gonna press connect. My COM port is 39. You should see the name of your flipper, which is, for me, Punter. Press continue, connect, not continue, and upload. From there, we're good to go. That's it. We're done. Let's take a look at what the FAP file really looks like and plug in our device. Remember, the uploader and all that is still a beta, so if by the time you watch this, things should be, working properly the way they should. But for now, let me show you what the application looks like, and they're still adding more and more each day. But I do want to mention, as a ward driver, this is a fantastic ward driver, and the interface is really clean. Let me show you. Now, a lot of times with different Flipper Zero boards, if you put the board on, it wobbles a little bit and it doesn't really hug properly. This board hugs perfectly, and if you use the other case, you could print out another case. It hugs both sides of the flipper and allows you to use a mount for a helix antenna and a Wi-Fi antenna on the other side. I like this case personally better. The simplistic, look of it is what I really, really like about this whole design. But if we start off in the beginning, let me show you. We go to Applications. From Applications, we go to GPIO, and it should be right down there at the bottom, and it says C5 Lab Dev. If you're wondering where I got this clear shell case, they're available on Rabbit Labs' website. They're made by ZR Kraken, and Mr. Kraken is one of the developers on the Nyan box that we'll be going over very, very soon. I'm still doing my 2 weeks of testing on this, and he sent me this ruby red shell case, and I really like the way it looks. But I like this clear case that was sent by my dear friend Caesar, who snagged it from Rabbit Labs and ZR Kraken himself. The RGB mod is from the YouTuber and developer RJ, and the backlight is from Midwest Gadgets, and it's a nice look. I'll have a full video on how to make this exact thing very, very soon. So we're gonna go to C5 Lab Dev, and click the wrong button. I'm gonna go to C5 Lab Dev right there, press continue. Is it on? Is it on? It should just cut on immediately right after we plug it in. There we go. Now here we might actually need to turn on 5 volt. So we're gonna go over here, turn on 5 volt, go back, see if we can plug this in and out without scratching the actual board. There we go, the light's on, so we're good to go. We're gonna go to C5 Lab Dev. It needed a second, but we're definitely here now, which is fantastic. Lights lighting up, and this is just a simple Wi-Fi scan, and we can see all the networks. Go back. We got global Wi-Fi tests, Wi-Fi sniff and karma, deauth detector, which right now I have a deauthenticator going. So we are in a closed environment. We are testing our own hardware. You do want to be incredibly mindful of that. Let's see if it can detect it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely good to go. If you go down here, you can see Bluetooth. Under Bluetooth, we have AirTag scan, Bluetooth locator. Scroll down some more, we have our data. And here we can go to settings, and we have scan time and red team mode. This is where this whole application and board come into play. Under red team mode, we can click red team mode on, And now we have even more features than we had before. So that's a regular Wi-Fi scan. We can go to global Wi-Fi attacks. We've got blackout, handshaker, portal, sniffer dog, and of course, wardrive. Why wardrive is under global Wi-Fi attacks, I'm not exactly sure. This is the same case on the Tab 5 application, the Laboratorium firmware, as well as for the card computer. Hopefully they can have wardriving as its own thing very, very soon. We got Wi-Fi sniff and karma, sniffer, browse clients, browse pros, and of course karma. Scroll down, we've got our DAuth detector, and on Bluetooth is exactly the same. What Red Team mode really does is give you the advanced features, such as blackout and a lot more other features that you would definitely want on your Flipper Zeros, such as twin attacks and things of that sort. I personally think that this application on this device with this board is an amazing combo, and I recently got my hands on a couple of other ESP32-C5 boards specifically for the Flipper Zero by some of the best devs in the community, and I'm really excited to showcase all of them. This is essentially a Monster C5 for the Flipper Zero, and I love the Monster C5. Lab5 makes amazing boards, not just for M5 stack devices, but for the Flipper Zero as well. The Project Zero program is really easy to use. Like, it's simple and it does exactly what you're anticipating, and I really like that. Plus, I really like their designs. I would show the other board, but I don't have another helix antenna. You need a specific thin helix antenna, and the one that I'm using for that is on my Marauder Mini C5, and I like the way it looks there, and sticking with it for right now. But you can snag one of these on Tindy. I'll link everything down below. Also, it is fair to, you've waited to the end. I'm gonna share a little secret with you guys, man. Lab5 is working on their own standalone device using their firmware that you find on the Flipper Zero M5 stack devices. It's all the same firmware, all the same features. But seeing that they're making a standalone device, and I believe it's going to be DIY while also having the ability to have it kind of all together, I think that's pretty cool, because the Laboratorium firmware with the Tab 5 gave the Tab 5 not only purpose, but was an amazing entry into the community. It wasn't even just kind of a gimmicky device. It turned it into a professional pen testing tool. And you got my dear friend Tron from Tron's Cases made a whole case where it redesigns that entire look, the antenna sticking out to the top. That is fantastic, and there's more cool stuff coming out very soon, so be on the lookout. Thank you so much for the love and support. The anxiety is crazy with the amount of work that I've been trying to accomplish, and there's so many cool projects coming out really soon. I love your faces. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe or not. We go over all types of stuff all the time, my guy. It's up to you. We'll see you next time.